sadly, you know, everybody heard the news, so it's still shocking and can't believe it. The passing
Yeah,
of Chadwick Boseman,
yeah.
been known to the world as Black Panther, T'Challa. I'm gonna say this: the reason why we did this podcast was, off the impact of Black Panther movie and how it's crazy because me and Sean, we wanted to do it around the time it happened originally. If you remember, Sean, we was talking about we wanted to have it around this podcast around the time when Black Panther came out, but didn't.
I thought it
So
was earlier, but okay.
yeah, I know, but before like there was a couple of times we did mention like we wanted to like it'd be cool if we do it around the time when the movie came out.
hmm
But I don't know. I'll let y'all go first on how y'all felt.
So it was Friday night. Um, I'm at my lady's spot, and we're watching this comedy show. Kev on stage put together a comedy show, and my phone goes off, and it's Tommy. Tommy's sending this text, and I'm reading it, and it's about Chadwick Boseman. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm in disbelief. Tracy's like, what? And I have to like hold on for a second. Because anytime when I hear about a passing of a celebrity, I have to Google it right after I read it, just to make sure. And all the stuff popped up that he passed, and I just couldn't believe it. And she's like, what? I was like, freaking Chadwick Boseman died. And I just threw my phone right at the couch and just couldn't believe it. Just
Yeah.
it 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 hurt, man. I guess like everyone else, we didn't know about the whole how he was battling colon cancer. And I remember that he was, people were saying like how small he got and things of that nature. How I think I seen where he was in a park or something with a walking stick,
Yeah, yeah.
and
So,
people were saying how sickly he looked and whatever. And then they said like he would stop at times when he would walk and he would do certain moves with the stick because he was training for the he was doing a film on the first black
yeah,
samurai in Japan.
samurai.
I want to
Yeah,
say his name was Yasuke.
close. It sounded like it. Yeah,
Yeah. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. Because I was as excited to check that out. Like I wanted to read the book and everything because I thought that was dope. Um, and it was just like, man. And then I heard he was being bullied on social media about how he looked and
yeah,
things of that nature. And I thought, like, man, this is just crazy how people would do that to someone um, of his stature at that. I mean,
yeah,
yes, true. He is known for playing T'Challa, but this man played other greats within our culture. He played Jackie Robinson. He played Thurgood Marshall. Um, you know, and other great fictional characters. Like he had a great performance in The Five Bloods. Because everything that happened in The Five Bloods kind of revolved around his character. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Like, um, so when the news hit, we're all talking about it, and everybody's like, "Yo, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back in the strength of everything going on with this pandemic, George Floyd situation, the protest, the crazy stuff the 45 be saying and doing, whatever, whatever, um, and people not obeying the whole, wearing masks and social distancing. This was like, 2020. People say 2020 ain't nothing. Like throw this whole year
Yeah,
away. Everybody ready for 2021 and all that. And I 100% understood, what people were saying, and it's just a thing of, man, you just don't know what's going on in people's lives, man. And this is why, like I said in the first episode, like we need to stay prayed up,
yeah,
um, because there's a lot of craziness going on, and one way to, find peace or to find some type of feeling is if we pray and we talk to God about things. I know this is not a religious podcast, but we're spiritual people here. And it's just like, man, it sucked to, just to hear about what happened to him. And yeah, and I know a lot of people, like, when you talk about the Black Panther movie, a lot of people don't consider it their favorite of the MCU. I know some black people that not big fans of it. I know some people
Yeah.
that think it's just okay. At the same time, and I understand, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. However, here's the difference between the Black Panther film and all these other MCU films and also your DC films. They're good for the whole comic book culture, the whole geek culture, and everything. And it's fun and it's entertaining. This movie inspired the whole culture. That's the difference between Black Panther and any Batman movie, any Suicide Squad movie, Iron Man, whoever. No disrespect, to those films. I enjoy those films. We talk about these films, but that movie had a bigger impact than a lot of these, you know what I'm saying? And it was what? First week it hit $1 billion? First weekend?
I want to say the weekend.
What was it?
It
broke a record. Didn't set a record, didn't it?
It did very well.
Record, but it didn't make $1 billion until like a month later.
Oh, it was a month. Oh, okay. Okay.
I could be wrong, but it wasn't $1 billion that first week though. It wasn't no.
But either way, it had a great first weekend.
Yeah, it did.
And because we thoroughly supported that role, to see, kids in cosplay as Black Panther or in costume, whether it's Halloween or at a convention. I remember
grown ass people.
That too. I remember last year being at Comic-Con, and I saw 2 kids, young kids, like they're elementary school, brother and sister. The brother was just dressed up as Black Panther. The sister was dressed up as Shuri. I saw them. I said, "Hey, y'all," and I did the symbol. And they stopped in their tracks. They was running too, and they saw me. They literally stopped in their tracks, and they just did the Wakanda Forever symbol right then and there because they was representing. And I thought it was the most awesome thing. You know what I'm saying? And it just showed you how powerful, how impactful that movie was, but also his performance as that character. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it hurts that this happened. I don't know what's going to happen with Black Panther 2 and stuff like that. I guess we'll see what happens.
It's too soon. I mean, they already talking about
it. I know it's too soon. I'm just saying, like, they were saying, like, I know it was in early stages of getting it together.
Yeah, they were.
So it's like, it's going to be interesting what happens with that. Are they just going to go straight to, well, whatever, like you said, can't really speak on too much of it. But, yeah, it's just a thing of, it's a hurtful thing, and, we all need healing from it. And I say just because the physical past, that doesn't mean you still can't celebrate his legacy. Watch his films. Read the comics of Black Panther. If you're into baseball, know more about Jackie Robinson and something like that, and the Negro League and things like that nature. Because sometimes certain things like that kind of leads to you learning more about whatever that character was into. You know what I mean? Like, I know some people, and I think I said this before, one of the main reasons why I love martial arts is because of the Ninja Turtles, and listening to Wu-Tang and stuff like that. So I always thought learning about the different types of martial arts. I went from learning to some different martial arts from there, and watching UFC and MMA and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So with one kid, they might have read, or read Black Panther and find it interesting about the culture in that, and might want to, read more things about African kings and queens, African mythology. I'm just saying that could be a reason, because like we've said, like a lot of us have said before, like, a lot of people don't know that, Africans were, we were kings and queens, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, People know about Shaka Zulu, but they don't know about Mansa Musa. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah.
People barely know about Nelson Mandela.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Again, within most cultures, with certain people, you have people that are ignorant in the sense that they don't know, and then ignorant in the sense of they don't care. They don't give a damn about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
true. It's
sometimes
and
you
they
just
both overlap. That's for sure.
yeah,
They
and
don't
it's
know
like
and
you
they
just
don't care. Don't know, don't
right.
show.
Don't show. Yeah, It's yeah. So yeah, man. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. Thank you for the amazing performances that you put on, and I'm pretty sure how Denzel held you down and inspired you when you were younger. Y'all don't know that story, Google that. I hope you inspired younger Black actors and actresses to do their thing, and make it big in the entertainment industry. So yeah, salute.
Tommy.
Yeah, it was for me. It was a shock as it was to everybody else. As soon as I saw it, I saw like somebody sent a screenshot of like on TMZ, and then I immediately went online and went to like the not the Facebook, the social media page, and went to Chadwick Boseman's social media page, and what I ultimately ended up sending y'all was what I had got off of his page, where it was like, yeah, he had passed, and it was like, wow, it was like one of those feelings where you remember, like, it's like you don't want to believe it. It's like same thing what happened with Kobe. Same thing, like when Michael Jackson passed. You know what I mean? I remember where I was talking to when Michael Jackson passed, who told me that, and it was like, what?
Man.
Nah, hold up, nah. And but and in hindsight now, and having a couple of days to process it, think about it, and seeing the different different tributes and hearing about stories, people who actually really knew him. I just kind of feel like he was he fulfilled his purpose here. And what I mean by that is in his career, and I know he's played a bunch of roles, but the ones that he's going to be really remembered the most for are Black Panther, obviously, James Brown, Jackie Robinson,
yes.
And Thurgood Marshall.
Yes.
And how he represented not only heroes and greats of our culture from the past, but also heroes from our culture to show the industry, the entertainment industry, that we can be on screen and have a predominantly Black cast and break box office records internationally.
Yes, sir.
And your point is spot on too, Sean. Is like a lot of the Marvel, the MCU films, or the DC films, they do well, and they reach the culture of those folks who are really into the comic series, the comics and the superhero culture. And what Black Panther did was that penetrated beyond that and just brought in Black folks globally to support that. So it wasn't a subculture; it was an entire culture. That makes sense of what got brought in, and who wanted to support that. And yeah, I feel like he was on Earth. He was put here to represent us on screen and inspire us, not just in that industry, but just in life. And it sucks that he's gone.
Yeah.
now, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's like he fulfilled his purpose and his mission while he was here on Earth. And it's odd too. Kenny Smith on NBA on TNT, former NBA player. For Kobe's birthday, he reached out to Chadwick Boseman
Mm-hmm.
to recreate one of the iconic photos that we have of Kobe, and so he had different legends and prominent people in different fields to recreate a lot of different photos
Yeah.
in Kobe's life and his career. And so he was saying he's interacted with him and he's been cool with him for a while, for a little while, and he reached out to him most recently about that and never said a word about what he was going through or what he was dealing with, and
A lot of people, like, it's crazy. A lot of somebody in there, like Ryan Coogler, he just posted a nice eulogy letter. And it was real nice. You gotta check it out. Really well said. But yeah, he didn't know. Spike Lee didn't know. I don't think nobody didn't know that worked with him. I thought, for me personally, I thought that like Ryan Coogler and like most of the cast from Black Panther knew because they was real close knit.
Yeah.
No, I thought they probably would have knew, but still, it was like still shout out to his inner circle, like his wife and his family and his publicist, manager, whatever, because they like kept that tight lip and like they didn't like try to leak it out to what I'm saying. It's like they really stay loyal and like really make sure they kept it private.
Yeah.
And then it's like I don't know, but I'm sorry, Tom, you still going?
Oh, you're on mute, Tommy.
my fault. You're like, still going, nigga. Yeah, no, but yeah, with that story, yeah, that was all I wanted to say, man. You good?
Can I say one more thing?
Mm-hmm.
Fellas, our male ego and our pride can get in our way with things. When it comes to our health, we need to put that pride and that ego to the side. We need to get help. I know how some of y'all feel about seeing the doctor. I get it. However, you're doing yourself and your body and your family a disservice if you don't go see the doctor, get yourself an annual checkup. If you already have something, don't take your medication and things of that nature. Because it's kind of selfish in a sense. Because it's like, if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your family.
Right.
If you have kids, do it for your kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm saying this in the sense of, I lost my father 3 years ago. Kidney failure, heart failure. Barely took his medication like that with his high blood pressure and stuff like that. Every now and then he did. Sometimes he didn't. A lot of times he didn't. And there's times where he saw the doctor or whatever. It wasn't until he had problems with his kidney till he started going to see the doctor, because he was going to the hospital and stuff like that. So it's like, if y'all ever, if it's been a while since y'all seen the doctor or whatever, please get yourself checked out. Make sure you're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And make sure y'all straight. Take y'all vitamins, all that. And yeah, do your research on certain medications or whatever illness that you may have or symptoms that you may have, so you can know how to like combat it or whatever. So when you talk to your doctor about certain things, see if they can, you and your doctor can talk about certain things to help with whatever illness or whatever that you may have, whatever situation that you may have. So not just, this goes for anything, whether you have any type of cancer, or you have asthma, allergies, high blood pressure, whatever. You know what I mean? Diabetes, like, because this stuff, can take you out. So it's like, yo, gotta think better. You know what I mean? Think smarter. So yeah, Put that ego to the side. Get help. Go see the doctor.
Yeah. Well, I agree with pretty much mostly what all y'all said. Like, I was gonna say the same thing, but I'm just gonna say just like two more things about Chadwick real quick. Actually, this one definitely hit me personally because you know, I really did look up to him because he was a few things. He was he was 43. We're not that far behind around the age limit, and he went to Howard, and I wanted to go to Howard. That was originally the school I wanted to go to, and you know SAT scores, and it was too high at the time. So UMS, I'm grateful, but also too,
Shout out
like,
to
he
UMS.
originally he went to Howard, to become a director, and and the acting bug like kind of pushed him, like, go ahead and do the acting. And he was taught by Felicia Rashad and all that, and with the Denzel story. But yeah, this one hit me a lot because I really did follow him after 42. All the stuff he did from Draft Day with Kevin Costner, he did a good job on that.
Yes, he was
On
in
Say
draft
Mac.
day. Yeah.
Everybody said that, people didn't really care about that movie. Everybody said like the best part was Chadwick character. Let me see, yeah. But it's also just amazing how, like, the roles that he picked, and also to the way he carried himself, especially on the interviews. He was like really smart, very like he was really like he was definitely one of those, yeah.
Sorry, you said that reminded me of what was it? Was it Infinity War? After Infinity War, some lady interviewed him, and he was like, "I'm dead.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah, the
what you
end
want me to
game.
tell you.
Yeah, that was end
I'm
game. Yeah.
dead. I can't." She's still asking what she's like. I died.
Yeah, I'm dead.
What do
Yeah.
you want from me? Like, that was dope.
Yeah. He was trying to make the same mistake that Tom Holland did and Mark Ruffalo did.
Oh, Tom Holland was a whole Takashi. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Spoiled everything. And the way, just like the interviews that he was talking about and the stuff he was talking about, how he was trying to not only like the roles he played, he was trying to like define, go away from the stereotypical roles that he was playing. He wanted to play the iconic heroes. He wanted to play someone that was like setting a big impact.
Yeah.
So like, and also too, he was one of those people that like, he was one of those actors that was like setting the bar as far as, this new renaissance of, in black film. And also too, he was one of the leading black men that was up and coming, that was going to carry the torch from Will and Denzel and Samuel and Lawrence Fishburne and them. It's like, you had, Chadwick, you had Michael B. Jordan, you had the Donald Glovers, the Lakeith Stanfields, the Dan Kaluuya's, the Mahershala Ali, John Boyega. I can go on and on. And it's like, it's crazy how like back in the day, it was always like, Will, Denzel, Wesley Snipes, Lawrence Fishburne, Samuel Jackson. Now it's like, since
Like
it
we
wasn't even all of
popped
them
up.
back in the day for real. Like it was Will and Denzel.
Yeah, but it was like mostly like
I'm not, I'm not. No disrespect to the other brothers that you mentioned. I'll throw Lawrence Fishburne in there too, because he had more leading roles at that time in his career too. But Samuel L. was kind of like, how Terrence Howard is.
He was all over the place.
He was in everything.
You
didn't necessarily know who he was until in the last.
So, but Pulp Fiction or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like
maybe even
after
that, maybe too. Sure.
But I get
also,
what
I forgot about Eddie Murphy.
Eddie. But back to what Brianna's saying. What Brianna's saying is true, because I feel like you said, the Lakeith, Daniel Kaluuya and all that is true. I would throw in the young men from the New Edition film. A lot of them have been getting work since that New Edition joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? but it's dope, and even with certain black women as well, black actresses as
Mm-hmm.
well, are getting a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope, and then also to help out with that, you know, um, your social media people, your social media comedians are
Mm-hmm.
getting like
Yeah.
looks as well. You
Issa
know what I
Rae.
mean?
That's
Yeah,
how you
shout out to
know.
East Ray. Um, so it's a lot of us. Excuse me, it's a lot of people from this current generation that's getting a lot of work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's
Oh,
like a
and
lot of
to add to
people.
that list, main man from no, both guys. Uh, the guy from he was the voice of Miles Morales in Spider Verse, and he's Raekwon. Him.
But,
What is his name? And he's in the RZA movie that was shot in New Orleans.
oh, uh, Shamar,
Shamar.
Meet More.
Uh, yeah, and the young man that plays the RZA, and he was in
Ashton
Moonlight.
Sanders.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Those guys
I
too
mean,
getting a lot of
yeah,
work.
but I was saying like, yeah, it's like now it's like so many people that's like, 'cause back then it was like just a few, but now it's like it's so
Yeah.
many. They trying to set the bar and also to break away, trying to get more opportunities. And also too, it's kind of a little better now compared to how it was with Hollywood. I mean, still a struggle, but it's like more actors now. They getting leading roles. Because like I said, back in the day, they always relied on, well, we need a Will Denzel or Eddie or whatever to, do these roles. But now they got a lot to choose from. But yeah, Chadwick, he was definitely, one of those actors that, I was just looking forward to seeing what the roles he was playing. But I'm just going to end this. It's just amazed how he was diagnosed 2016. That's when Civil War came out. That's what it
Yes.
said on the statement. It said he was
Yeah.
diagnosed with stage 3, 2000, in
Mm-hmm.
2016. At that time,
Mm-hmm.
Civil War came out. Um, so for the past 4 years, from making Black Panther, Thurgood Marshall, Infinity War, Endgame, The Five Bloods, and then the last one, his last film is the upcoming August Wilson, Ma Rainey, Black Bottom, with him, Viola Davis. It's gonna be on Netflix later this year. That's his last performance. And, of course, yeah, 21 Bridges. If I said that, just amazing how like he was going through chemo and all these surgeries, and yeah, still was like giving his all. You know, and also too like the press runs and also all the charities he was doing. It's just amazing. And like I said, how nobody didn't know like if he was his inner circle and how they keep it on the low and how loyal they were, and that was just
And I don't know if y'all have been around anybody who's undergoing chemo,
yeah,
but it's
Yes.
no joke. Like
yeah,
you are, it just kind of wipes you out,
yeah,
you know,
Yeah, I've heard of it.
and gives you a lot of pain in some instances too. And yeah, for him to be able to go through all of that and keep it all
yeah,
to himself, keep it all in a closed circle, that just makes me, just say like he had a purpose, he had a mission while he was here. I feel like he recognized that, and he
mm,
just did what he had to do to
yeah.
to
A true
turn out the best work
warrior.
possible.
Yeah, definitely a true warrior and a pretty much a hero. And then, like I said, the impact he's made and influence